We're joined now by Syracuse starting defenseman Brandon Mullins. Brandon, thanks for taking the time to join us.
Yeah, no problem.
First up, you guys graduated 8 USILA All-Americans from last season. Just how different is it without those guys when you walk into the facility every day?
It's definitely different because, this being my 5th year, those are a bunch of the guys that have been here, the previous 4 years. So it's a little different without them, but it's kind of exciting to have some new faces on the team as well.
Now, 3 of 5 captains from last year also graduated. How is this leadership group this year different from last year?
Well, we have 2 of the captains still from last year, Dylan and Grimm, and, myself as a captain as well. So, I'm just kind of, trying to fill the role that, some of the other guys had in the past, people like Kevin Rice. But I think, we have a strong core group. And I think we're kind of just excited to get the ball rolling this season.
Now, you're part of the group that arguably has the most returning experience alongside Jay McDermott. How important is that for you guys to have that familiarity with each other going into this season?
It's important just because defensively it's nice to have a little chemistry as far as communication goes. And I think, we have that with people like Jay, and then, in the D-Midi group we have like Paolo Ciaveri, and then Grimm. So just kind of having a little bit of that chemistry base defensively I think helps a lot. But I think we're also going to have some new people be able to contribute on defense as well.
Now, who of those new people do you think can fill in at that third close D spot?
I think, Nick Mellon is someone that the coaches like. He just kind of seems to make plays happen. So I think he's definitely someone to look out for.
Is his seemingly lack of experience surprise you because he's incoming as a true freshman this year?
I don't think it's that surprising. That's just kind of how he is. He's a real tough kid, and he's really athletic. So, he was able to fit in right away.
You lost a familiar presence in the crease in Bobby Wardwell, but you're bringing back Warren Hill, and Coach Desko says he's very improved from last year. How has Warren improved from last season?
Oh, Warren is lights out, in a couple of the scrimmages that we've had. He's played great. And the more that he plays with us, like I said, I think he'll be able to develop a little bit more chemistry, as a defensive unit.
Now, individually, 2 straight years as a member of the All-American teams as well as the All-ACC teams. Do you still think you have room to improve, and where do you see your ceiling as?
Oh, everybody has room to improve, you know what I mean? I don't think any of the accolades mean that you shouldn't be improving. So as far as that goes, just getting to know the players, and doing what I can to learn from the coaches every day at practice.
Now, this year you're not the only Texan on the team. Sam Romano, incoming freshman from Texas. How nice is it to have someone else from your home state along for the ride?
It's kind of nice. We talk about it a lot, actually. I wasn't able to play with him in high school because I guess he was in 8th grade when I was a senior. So it's kind of funny when you look at it that way, but it's also kind of cool just to be able to play with him on the same team now.
You guys bond over some mutual food places you like to have, or food you miss from home?
Yeah, the Mexican food especially. Yeah, we definitely miss it being up here in Syracuse. But we definitely get to talk about stuff at home a lot.
Awesome. Well, Brandon, thank you very much for taking the time to join us.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome.